It's in the it's in the corner. So
Okay.
yeah. So let's do this.
Mm.
Chapter 3. You already read the
I
author's
already.
note, so. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on a matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed, and so I slit one of my wrists. Wow. I
What?
read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some GC. I
You
paint.
know,
Hmm.
this. Okay. Continue, child. Continue.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on my flower crown and look amazing.
Yes, you would. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. Are you... Emily! You're an idiot! Emily's a devil! I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a simple plain
Did you
t-shirt.
just say Draco?
I meant to say Draco. They would play at the show, too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and little eyeliner.
A lot of cool boys wear it, okay?
I-
Yeah, they also wear nail polish.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, you do you, Draco. You do you.
Yes.
Anyways, hi, Draco.
I said
Oh, hi, Draco.
in a depressed voice.
Hi, Ebony.
He said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666, and flew to the place with the concert.
Wow.
On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit on the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. Are you singing this, or am I?
Neither of us.
Okay, I'll do it. You're coming cold, you're covered in blood, you're all so happy you arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life. By the way, I actually don't know this song. Sang Joelle.
I don't either.
I don't own the lyrics to that song.
Of course. Joel is so fucking hot.
I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looks sad.
What's wrong?
I asked as we moshed to the music. By the way, moshing is when you're basically being pushed back and forth by the rest of the people in this humongous crowd, just all crowded together. So I don't know how that works out.
Don't.
Then I cannot.
Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you.
I said.
Really?
Asked Draco sensitively, and then he put his arm around me all protective. Yeah, there is a little bit of a delay. That happened last time.
Really?
I said.
Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary effing Duff. I effing hate that little. Whoa.
I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. Wow. Oh jeez, here comes this part. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with
Joel.
them. We got GC concert team. Yeah, I guess. So Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into dun, the Forbidden Forest. Chapter 4.
I said stop flaring, okay? Ebony's name is Ebony, not Mary. So, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Draco!
I shouted.
What the are you doing? Do you think you're doing?
Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. While it was still flying, I walked out of it too, curiously. I'm walking on sunshine. Oh!
And don't feel good? Hey!
Da na na
Okay.
na da na na na
What the
na.
fucking hell?
I asked angrily.
Ebony?
He asked.
I just read the end. I just read the end. What?
Okay.
What?
Oh, I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing color contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness that I suddenly didn't feel mad anymore. And then, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately, Draco climbed on top of me and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my towel and I took off his clothes. I even took off Ross and he was singing my uniform for the first time.
No. I'm not. No.
I swear, I was gonna do this. We started to kiss everywhere. My pale body became all warm, and then
What the hell are you doing?
it was Dumbledore. Dumbledore.
That's the line I read, and I just. Can we? Yeah, let's go to the one I did.
I'm crying.
We go to the one I did.
Oh my god, it gets better. We need to do this tomorrow. Like
We're doing it.
2 chapters of this.
It'll happen.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Okay, go to the yours thing.
Yeah.
So
There.
the best thing is, this is going to be the first video up on the channel because it automatically goes up.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, I haven't laughed in
Okay, do
a
you
while.
want to read?
What?
Do you want me to read?
I guess we'll just switch off and I guess I'll do the voices.
Okay. Do you know how they sound, though,
No.
is the question.
No.
Because I can make myself look like Dan.
Okay then.
Then I'll do the voices.
I'll read and you do the voices cuz
Hang on, wait. I'm trying to find the Google chat. I'm gonna make a fringe. Where's my brush? Screw it. Wait. I always thought, what if I get a pixie cut and then just straighten my hair all the time? I look like Dan.
it would look cute.
It would look cute. How does he? I've always wanted a pixie cut. Honest. I'm just too scared to do anything to my hair. Hang on. This is okay. Wait.
Oh my. If anyone's watching, which they aren't, trigger
Hey.
warnings. Trigger warnings. Okay.
Danger warnings.
Yes.
What?
Trigger.
There?
As in emotional trigger.
Oh, trigger warnings.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's like
Rapey.
really?
No.
Well, not before.
Sexual assaulty.
It makes it seem like. It makes it seem like it's going to.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's what they said. I don't know. This person doesn't do so.
I'm reading ahead and yeah, it's fine.
Like they literally.
Yeah, it's safe. It's safe.
I'm not. I cannot be not on fire. How do you break down? How? How do you deal?
I don't know.
I do have some
By the
more
way,
shit here.
oh wait. Never mind.
Can you like work, please? You better work, bit.
Uh-huh.
Mm. Okay. Whoa, it keeps coming out. Okay, I'm gonna try this. And it won't be white the whole time. So.
Okay.
No. Hang on. Where's my brush? I sorta. Yay! Claire's not on fire.
Yeah. Woo.
Claire. Now my hands are sticky. 2 seconds. Literally this time. Hang on. Or at least in range. Yep. So if you hear cursing, it's just fan fiction. Claire's not on fire. Heads up. Live streaming. Nobody's watching, but we're live streaming. What is that? Oh my god! Yes. Yes. While we're on the subject of Harry Potter. How do you deal with fringe, Cox? How? What's that? Emma, what are you doing?
What? Yes?
What are you doing?
I'm just
What?
waiting. I was
Okay.
listening to something.
I'm trying to. The struggle is real.
Ah, yes.
You know what? Good as it's gonna get. If I just tuck this behind my ear, I'm Dan when he gets a haircut. Or like there.
Alright then.
Hello. I don't
Hello!
know how to feel about this. Hello. Um.
That's
You
good.
wanna wait? Who's narrating?
I think I am, because you know how they sound.
I
Okay,
don't know how
so
the
should I
man
start?
sounds, but yeah, I know how. Mhm.
Okay. So Dan sighed as he leaned against the wall, crossing his arm against his chest. It was a Friday evening when Dan was outside by the shopping center. He was waiting for his boyfriend to arrive. Phil had been out early today, and Dan was getting bored of sitting in the apartment all day, especially being alone by himself in the apartment. Phil had been planning on going grocery shopping before he started to head home, as they were running low on food. So Dan decided to get out of the apartment and join him. He liked being out with Dan. Dang it. He liked being out with Phil anyway. They never really did stuff like this together normally. It was always one of them who went groceries. Neither of the two. Dang it. It was always one of them who went grocery. Neither, neither of the two of them. I don't know.
Okay. Hey.
Dan immediately looked over when he heard an unfamiliar voice and blinked a couple times when he saw a man, who seemed to be a few years older than him, walking over to him.
Hi.
Dan said, a little confused on what to say.
I'm saying hi.
The man said.
Oh, well, that was nice of you, but I'm fine.
Dan told him.
So, what is someone like you doing here by yourself?
The man asked.
I'm not by myself. I'm waiting for someone.
Dan said. He shrugged his shoulders.
You look familiar. Have I seen you before?
The man asked. Wow, descriptive.
Well, I don't know. I'm a YouTuber, so maybe you've seen my videos.
Dan asked.
Maybe. My name's Darren, by the way. How rude of me not to introduce myself.
He said.
Nice to meet you. I'm Dan.
Dan said nervously. He rubbed his arm awkwardly as he looked around, praying that Phil would be here soon because he was starting to feel uncomfortable.
How are you today, then? You feeling alright?
The man, Darren, asked. Dan looked over at him. He gasped lightly when Darren took a step forward.
Look, you seem nice and all, but you should know that I have a...
Dan began to say. He groaned when Darren slammed him against the wall, pinning him.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dan yelled as he struggled to get out of the grip.
Come on now.
Darren whispered. He smirked as he stared at Dan.
Stop! I don't want this!
Dan yelled as his eyes began to water up.
Stop struggling, damn it.
Darren warned. He stepped even closer to Dan, and then he pressed his lips against Dan's, kissing him harshly without even thinking. Dan gasped and his eyes went wide with shock. Phil was just now getting to the shopping center. He knew that Dan was already there as Dan had texted
Nice
him
timing, Phil.
about 15 minutes ago, saying he was. Phil was definitely happy that Dan decided to come and join him for shopping. Phil always hated shopping on his own. It was never as fun, so he definitely looked forward to hanging out with Dan this evening. Phil finally made his way to the shopping center. He walked for about 10 minutes before he went to where Dan said he would be. Phil looked up and his eyes went wide with shock when he saw that another man had Dan pinned against the wall and was kissing him. Phil stared at them for a few seconds, anger boiling in his body. Phil shook his head and quickly walked over to the two men. He reached over and grabbed Darren away from Dan. Dan gasped again once Darren was pulled away from him. He looked up and had never been more relieved to see Phil in his life.
Phil!
He yelled with shock. Darren looked over at Phil and glared at Dan.
What's your fucking problem?
He asked.
And P.S. by the way, Phil does not curse, so it's like serious if he curses.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that was the other guy. Shh, you didn't hear that. My problem is that you're kissing my boyfriend.
Phil yelled angrily as he kept the grip Phil yelled angrily as he kept the grip that he had on Darren.
What makes you think it's okay to go around kissing people like that? Oh, sorry. He was asking for it.
Darren yelled as he tried to push Phil away. Dan's eyes went wide with shock.
Phil, I wasn't, I swear.
He yelled. Phil glanced at Dan for a quick second before looking over at Darren again and took a deep breath as he stared at him.
I suggest you stay away from Dan from now on.
He warned.
Whoa. Ghost of Phil is warning me.
Ooh.
Best stay away from his boyfriend. My mom's right there. She didn't laugh.
Yeah, there. You stay away from him.
Or what? What are you going to do?
Darren asked, smirking. I love this. Phil didn't even hesitate. He raised his arm and then he punched Darren square in the face, watching as he fell to the ground.
That's what I'll do.
He snapped. Dan looked at Phil with shock.
Phil.
He whispered. Phil immediately walked over to Dan and watched as Darren ran away from him. He looked over at Dan once again. Again once Darren was gone.
Are you okay?
He asked. Dan's eyes began to water up.
I tried to tell him no, I promise.
He yelled.
Hey, you're fine. He's gone now.
Phil whispered as he wrapped an arm Phil whispered as he wrapped an arm around Dan.
Phil, he would have, if you hadn't have come.
Dan began to say.
Don't you dare go there.
Phil warned. He completely wrapped his arm around Dan and pulled him into a hug.
He's gone, that's all that matters.
He whispered. Dan immediately hid his face in Phil's chest as a few tears fell out of his eyes. Oops, that face.
Fell out of his face!
Oopsie daisy.
Mom! Emma's narrating, and she said, as a few tears fell out of his face instead of his eyes. Same difference.
Dan and Phil stood there for a few minutes, just hugging. Phil finally pulled away. He looked over at Dan and frowned when he saw the tears on his cheeks. How come I read that right?
Oh, oh
Come
my god,
on.
did you just hear my mom?
No.
She said at least she didn't say it. At least she didn't say they didn't fall out of his butt.
No, stop it. You're going to jinx me. No.
What did you? Where are you?
Um, Dan and Phil stood there for a few minutes, just hugging. Phil finally pulled away. He looked over at Dan and frowned when when he saw the tears on his cheeks.
Don't cry, love. I'm sorry, that just never happened before. I was scared.
Dan tried to say.
Let's just forget about it, okay? You're safe, and that's all that matters.
Phil said. Dan took a deep breath and nodded.
Okay.
He whispered.
No, Team Fireless! Don't! Okay.
Huh?
Do you still want to go shopping or go home?
Phil asked calmly as he took Dan's hand.
I'll be fine. I'm just a little shook up. Let's go shopping.
He said. Phil smiled and nodded. Come on. Oh, well, sorry. The tears began falling out of his butt. And the narrator started to speak. The heavens opened up and
He
blood
wrapped his arms around Dan and started to lead the way into the shopping center. Dan nervously looked back at the spot where he had waited for Phil. He bit his lip, then then took a step closer to Phil. Dan felt safe with Phil. He knew that Phil would always protect him no matter what, and he was thankful for that. He was happy to have Phil in his life at times like this.
I'm sorry.
Finn. Let's do another.
Yes. Let's do.
Wait, I've never seen some of these. There's a kick the fire. Yes, that's PJ and Dan. I've never read one of these. Let's do it.
Is it safe?
There you go. Yeah, it's Dan has a nightmare, and PJ comforts him. Again, this person does not write smut at all, like whatsoever. So helps.
Well, there's like one smut thing.
Yeah, there's one smut one.
Uh,
I'm tempted to see what it is, honestly.
well, it sure ain't my immortal, so that stuff must be descriptive. Probably not.
This person's never read smut before, so I don't.
And he put he put his thingy in me, and we did it for the first time.
Fringe game not strong. Fringe game not strong. Fringe game crap.
Your fringe game is fine.
It looks kind of weird.
So.
Hang on. Do you have the fic?
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm narrating again.
Oh, sure.
Okay. It was the weekend of summer in the city, 2014. Dan Howell was excited, but super nervous. This was.
Did I send you?
No.
What? No.
Which one?
This is the wrong one. Look in the Google chat. The Google, not Skype.
Oh. My bad.
Why did I link you on Skype?
I got it.
First word is PJ.
Okay, I got it. Yes. And the fanfiction title is Need You.
Yeah.
So, PJ Liguori, I think, sighed as he sat in.
I don't know how.
Yeah. sighed as he sat in his chair at his computer desk, editing away on the new video that he had filmed yesterday. He waited until now to edit it. He had already been editing for a couple of hours now, and he still had much more to edit. He just wanted to get this video edited and done so he could upload it. It had been a week since his last YouTube video. PJ stretched his arm as he let out a yawn. He looked at the clock on the computer screen and groaned when he saw that it was past midnight. PJ looked over at his bed and smiled as he saw his boyfriend of 2 years sleeping peacefully. PJ desperately wanted to climb into bed and fall asleep next to him, but he just wanted to get this video done. An hour later, PJ was still sitting at the computer. He was staring at the screen when he could hear movements from the bed. He blinked a few times and looked over at the bed and watched as Dan started kicking, which worried him a little.
Dan?
PJ asked out loud.
No.
PJ heard Dan mumbled. PJ raised his eyebrow as he watched Dan.
No!
Dan screamed as he sat up, breathing heavily, and he was even sweating a little.
Dan!
PJ immediately stood up and then he walked over to the bed. He sat down and grabbed I almost said a can of Hold. My bad. He sat down and grabbed a Hold. I almost did it again! Sorry. He sat down and grabbed a hold of Dan. Oh, I'll just open a nice cold can of Dan, PJ whispered. He reached over and felt Dan's forehead and frowned what that would taste like, and frowned when he felt how hot Dan was. Well, he is rather hot, but in a different sense. Oh, joking matters.
No, this one girl, when they were doing Teens React. No, listen, they were doing Teens React to Dan and Phil. And then Dan and Phil react to Teens React to Dan and Phil. Anyways, one girl was like, Dan is not on fire. Dan is on fire. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Shit, you're burning up. What's happening?
Dan asked as he looked around. Did I say
just
asked?
Just a nightmare. You're fine.
PJ told him.
Fuck.
Dan grumbled as he hid his face in his hands. He took deep breaths.
Dan, what happened?
PJ asked as he wrapped his arms around Dan. Dan shook his head, then quickly looked up at PJ with watery eyes. Dan didn't want to cry in front of PJ, but after the nightmare, he knew that he wouldn't be able to hold it in. It was rare when Dan had nightmares, and whenever he did have them, they were pretty bad, and they didn't go away for days.
You're still here?
He asked quietly, his voice breaking.
I never went anywhere.
PJ whispered as he stared to Dan.
What happened? They took you, and I wouldn't get you back.
Dan cried.
Shh, you're fine. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere.
PJ whispered. He wrapped his arms around Dan and pulled him into a hug. PJ closed his eyes as he held on to Dan. Dan immediately hid his face in PJ's chest, and as tears poured out of his eyes. Not his face, his eyes, mind you.
There's a gif like that where it's just like, I'm sorry.
Okay. He sobbed as he held on to PJ's shirt. He didn't want to let go.
Shush, don't you dare apologize.
PJ warned gently. He lightly kissed Dan's forehead.
What time is it?
Dan asked hurriedly as he rested his head on PJ's chest.
Almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
PJ told him.
Do you want or need anything?
He asked.
I just want you.
Dan whispered as he closed his eyes. PJ bit his lip as he glanced over at the computer, and then he shook his head. Dan was much more important than some silly old YouTube video. PJ scooted back, leaning against the pillows. He grabbed the blankets and then he rubbed them around Dan. Dan crawled over the PJs and snuggled against him, and PJ smiled as he looked down at Dan.
Are you going to be okay, love?
PJ asked as he rubbed Dan's back.
Just as long as I have you, I will be.
Dan whispered. He let out a yawn before he gently rested his head against PJ's chest and closed his eyes. PJ couldn't help but smile as he watched him sleep peacefully. Normally, it was much harder to get Dan to get back to sleep after he had a nightmare. PJ would have to stay up and tell Dan that he was safe and that he was going to be okay. Dan must have been tired tonight.
I love you.
PJ whispered as he closed his eyes and fell asleep. Wait, no, I want to reread that one.
Aww.
PJ whispered as he closed his eyes and fell asleep.
Dun 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 dun. Oh. Okay. I kind of like this one. Or it looks good. Let's just go through all of them. What if I actually, like, did this to my hair? Meh. Meh, 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 meh. Meh. Nope.
Childish.
I would if I had, like, a pixie cut. Childish. Oh my god, look at the picture for it.
Oh. Dan Howell sighed.
Obviously, I don't sound like either of them. But
more than I do.
I don't have the voice of two internet famous people.
Neither do I, young friend. Even though you're older than me.
Young friend.
Dan Howell sighed as he walked through the apartment that he shared with his boyfriend. It was a Friday evening when Dan had begun to get bored of doing nothing. Dan had already filmed his video for YouTube and he didn't feel like editing it just yet. He was going to do that tomorrow, because if he did it tonight, then he would get no sleep. Dan finally made his way to the kitchen. He hadn't had dinner yet, so he figured he would go and try make something to eat. Dan walked into the kitchen. He looked up and blinked a few times when he saw Phil, his boyfriend, sitting at the kitchen table. Dan smiled. He walked over to Phil, wrapped his arms around Phil and kissed his cheek.
Hey,
He said.
Hey.
Phil mumbled, not taking his eyes away from the papers lying in front of them. Dan let go of Phil, blinking a few times.
What are you doing?
He asked.
Just doing the bills.
Phil said. He looked up at Dan.
Did you want something?
Well,
Well, no. I just came in to find something to eat.
Dan told him.
You know,
Yeah,
I
you
realized
tell him,
something.
Dan.
You always seem to be doing the bills.
He said.
Well, one of us has to, or else we won't have a house to live in.
Phil said. Dan asked. He sat down in the chair next to Phil.
You want to help pay the bills?
Phil asked, raising an eyebrow. He looked over at Dan.
Yeah, I mean, how hard could it be? Eventually I'm going to have to do them, so why not start now?
Dan asked. He smiled.
So can I help?
Wait, how old is Dan?
Phil's like... There's a 4-year difference between them, so I'm guessing this is taking place when Dan first started... I don't know, there's a 4-year difference. Right now, Dan's 23 and Phil's 27, so... Or at least I think that's the difference. Unless Phil's like 28. Phil's
I'm not
old.
sure.
It's like he's older than we always remember. It's like, no. And Troy's gonna be 20 next year. So many people are like dying over that. Like, what?
Dana. He smiled.
Yes.
Oh, he asked.
What?
Oh,
Dan, it's a lot harder than it seems. Honestly, I'm fine with doing the
Phil
bills.
said.
Well, can't you show me how to do them?
Dan asked.
Why are you so interested in doing the bill? Oh my god, bills anyway.
Phil asked again. Dan blinks a few times as he stared at Phil.
I just thought it would. I just thought it would be something. Oh my god, this sentence. Something that we could do together. Clearly, you don't want that.
He snapped.
Dan, I told you before, I don't mind doing the bills on my own. Besides, this is adult stuff.
Ooh! Burn! Dan is on
This is not something you should do, Phil.
Phil snapped. He rolled his eyes and looked back down at the papers. Dan stared at him with shock. I'm sorry, I'm a terrible person, I know it.
What are you implying then?
I apologize to both of them.
Wait, there are two people watching?
What?
No.
No?
To
No.
both who? Phil and Dan.
Yes!
They'll get over it.
I apologize.
They'll get over it.
Okay.
Phil snapped. He rolled his eyes.
Oh,
Wait.
Phil snapped. He rolled his eyes and
Phil
looked
has
down at the
never
papers.
said anything.
What? I thought I already read that.
Phil has never said anything like that before.
Okay! I have no idea what you're talking about. Continue on, good sir.
Coach Phil had never said anything like that before.
Mmm.
Read.
Oh, I thought I did. He rolled his eyes and looked down at the papers. Dan stared at him with shock.
No, go to after.
Oh,
I'm not capable of doing adult things. He asked.
I didn't. Okay, I didn't think you read that one. He asked. Bill had never said anything like that before, and Dan was hurt by it.
What are you talking about?
Bill asked, sighing.
You said this was grown-up stuff, so you think of me as a child?
Dan asked. Phil looked up at Dan again.
I didn't say that.
He said calmly.
No, but you sure as hell was thinking it. Was?
Dan yelled.
Why are you yelling at me now?
Phil asked, annoyance flowing through his body. Oh, he's 22.
Because I'm hurt. You basically just called me a child. I'm 22 fucking years old, Phil. I'm not 12 years old. I can handle doing the bills.
Me, Dan.
Whoa. That's alert.
I happen to be 13 years old, and I have no idea how to do the bills. Continue on, dear sir.
I happen to be 14 and have no. Did you just add somebody to the call?
I don't think so. No.
Anywho.
Dan said.
Said. I never said you couldn't handle doing the fucking bills.
Phil snapped. Dan's eyes began to water up as he stared at Phil.
Shit. Suddenly, I'm not hungry anymore.
he mumbled. He stood up and then walked out of the kitchen.
Please don't slam the door. You don't have to keep your distance anymore.
Yeah? Well, I hope the door slams you on the butt on the way out. How does this saying even go? I don't know. Slamming the door
Don't
shut.
let the door.
Phil groaned and hid his face in his hands. He felt bad for what he did, for what he had said to Dan, but he was just getting stressed. He hadn't made any of it, and now Dan was upset with him. Phil sat there for a few seconds, taking in what had just happened.
I think it.
He finally stood up and then walked out of the kitchen, hoping he would be able to go and find Dan. Phil walked around for a few seconds before he finally found Dan in the lounge. Dan was sitting on the couch and was staring at his phone, but not really doing anything. Phil stared at him, frowning when he saw the little tears sliding down his cheeks. Phil made him cry. Now he felt worse.
Dan?
Phil finally asked, breaking the silence in the room.
Go away.
I'm sorry. Dan mumbled as he wiped away his tears, not looking at Phil. Phil sighed. He walked over to the couch and sat next to Dan.
I shouldn't have said that. It was wrong of me, and I feel. I don't want your fucking sympathy, okay?
Dan snapped. He finally looked up at Phil. Oh, Phil said. Yes. Hello?
No, so I couldn't tell if you read it or not. Stop swearing at
Oh,
me, Dan. I'm trying to apologize. I realize what I did wrong.
Phil said.
How do you expect me to learn things when no one teaches me them? Sure, I could be able to do them if somebody taught me how. I'm not an idiot.
Dan said. He took a deep breath as he stared at Phil, more tears dripping down his face. Did it just, oh god, it just did.
Yeah, maybe I should have thought more before I spoke, but I really am sorry, okay? I never meant to hurt you. I
Phil
guess
said.
I'm just stressed.
Phil said. Dan shrugged his shoulders. What a... Oh.
Whatever.
He mumbled as he looked down again. Phil bit his lip nervously as he stared at Dan. He reached over and gently wiped away Dan's tears with his thumb. Oh, with his thumb.
Do you still want to help me?
He asked calmly.
Not really.
Dan said. He looked up at Phil.
Come on, we can do it together. Maybe it'll be fun if we do it together. You were right. It could be a couple thing that we do together. Jesus, Phil, how many things do you need to say? Do it together, do it together, do it together.
I know, and it's just Phil and
Anyways.
Phil did this, Phil did that. Phil said, again. Like that.
Really?
Dan asked, sniffing a little. He asked. Oh, I saw a he.
Yeah, I can teach you and we can do it together.
Phil said, smiling. Yes.
There's another line.
Oh,
Dan
Dan
slowly
slowly,
nodded.
Dan slowly nodded. He took a deep breath.
Okay.
He said. Phil wrapped his arms around Dan and pulled him into a hug.
Besides, if anyone's the child in this relationship, it's going to be me.
He said, pressing a kiss against Dan's head, then let out a giggle as he rested his head against Phil's chest. Tee-hee.
Can't argue
Giggle.
with that one.
Giggle, giggle.
Like, Hannah Hart and Mamrie and Grace, they, what did they do? What did they do? Sorry, forget. They reenact fan fiction on stage, and it's hilarious.
Psst.
Oh,
We should
take your
read
child to work day. What?
There's another fic about Dan and Phil's daughter titled Hurt.
Take your child to work day.
Here we go. Hannibal Lester.
The songs do that. Oh, Daddy, I don't want Uncle PJ to watch. I can't speak. Daddy, I don't want Uncle PJ to watch me tomorrow.
7-year Cyrus Lester complained
Wait, should I
as he
try and
sat
do
next to
British
his daughter in the
accent?
living room. Sure.
Just realized I'm American. Damn it. Damn it. Okay.
It was a Saturday evening. Phil Lester was planning for the radio show that he was doing with his husband tomorrow evening. Normally, Dan and Phil would leave their son at home and have their friend PJ watch him.
Oh, I thought you liked Uncle PJ.
Phil asked as he looked up from his laptop and looked over at Cyrus, raising an eyebrow.
I do, but how come I can't go to... Oh my god. How come I can't go with you and Dad to work?
Question: Why did Annabelle call them Papa and Daddy when she was 8 years old, and this little 7-year-old calls
Daddy and
them
Papa.
Dad?
Dad.
Just Dad.
Well, I mean, she's a girl.
But
I mean, she was 8, though. I maybe called my dad Daddy, but hang on.
little
I'm
boy's
just gonna check.
7. So I guess it's Daddy and Dad for this kid. Alright then. Ooh.
Oh my god, not again. Sai, I already told you. Where me and Dad work is a very professional place. They can't have little kids running around.
Phil told him.
But I don't want to run around. I want to be a good boy and stay with...
Cyrus said.
Please, Daddy?
He begged as he held onto Phil's arm.
What does he want this time?
Dan asked as he walked into the living room. He looked up and chuckled when he saw Cyrus.
He wants to come with... he wants to come to work with us instead of staying home with PJ.
Phil said. He sighed and looked up at Dan.
What do you think? Cyrus, we already talked about this before.
Dan said as he walked over to the couch. He sat down next to Phil and wrapped his arms around Phil's shoulders.
We would love to take you to work, but can't you just ask just this one time?
Cyrus asked hopefully. Oh, Dan looked at Phil.
I guess we could give our producer a call.
He said.
Really?
Phil asked.
Oh, wait. Oops. Really? I thought it was the little kid. Oops.
Phil asked as he looked over at Dan, surprised.
Asked.
Hey there. Can I ask you a question? Yeah,
He asked. I asked you a question. Okay. Come on, Phil. He's never been to the studio before. I think it would be good for him to see where his parents work. He's old enough now. He wouldn't be any trouble, right, Si?
I went like 10 years and never saw where my mom worked.
Really?
Yeah.
In first grade, if I didn't want to go to school, my mom would take me to her work. Literally. Nothing. Oh, I thought you said what? I was like, Dan asked.
Dan asked. Cyrus nodded.
I'll be a good boy.
He promised.
Alright, we'll call our producer. We'll call our producer a call. We'll give our producer a call and see if
hey,
we
I
can
think
get
there's
you
someone
to
watching.
go to work with us. Really?
Yeah, there's a person.
Wait.
Hi there.
Where? How do you see this?
In the
How does one see this?
hangout. In the hangout window. On the bottom right.
I don't see it.
No?
Oh, that's where my face is.
Ooh.
Okay, night.
So there isn't anyone watching?
I don't know. I can't, like, can I move my face somehow? I don't know. If it's in the bottom right, then I definitely can't see it, because that's where I am. So...
Well, below that. Well,
I
either
can't
way.
see it.
It says one viewer, so...
Either way.
Yellow.
Whoop whoop. And I'm not watching it.
Oh, good.
We're just reading stuff.
Yep. Hope you enjoy. Oh, you should have been here for my immortal. Tomorrow, though.
Go to work with us.
Yes. I lost my place. Oh, dear. Okay.
Phil said.
You realize that's, like, all over the place. Okay, so,
Alright.
Phil said.
Alright, we'll give our producer a call and see if we can to go to work with us.
Okay. Cyrus squealed happily and gave Phil a hug.
Thank you, Daddy. Go get ready for bed, okay?
Dan told Cyrus.
Okay, Dad.
Cyrus said as he slid off the couch. Dan chuckled as he watched Cyrus run out of the living room.
I've never seen that boy so happy before.
He said. He looked over at Phil and frowned when he saw the look on his face.
What's wrong?
He asked.
Dan, this is a really big deal. Should we really take him to work?
Phil asked.
Ooh, ow.
Dun, dun,
He'll be fine.
dun.
I'm just as nervous as you are, but it'll just be this one time. He's a big boy now. I think he'll be good.
Dan said. Phil sighed. Phil sighed.
I guess you're right.
He said. Dan smiled and then gave Phil a kiss.
Awful producer.
he said before he stood up from the couch and walked out of the living room.
Cyrus, come on, we gotta leave now.
Dan yelled as he walked out of the living room. He looked up at Phil and smiled.
You ready for this? This will be an interesting show tonight.
Phil said.
That's right, he's so excited.
Dan said. He chuckled.
I'm actually excited. He'll get to go to work with us and see what we do. You're right, this will be good for him.
Phil said. Dan smiled. He walked over to Phil and kissed him once.
I'm ready!
Cyrus shouted as he walked behind Phil. Phil looked down at Cyrus and smiled. He bent down and picked him up.
Ready for your first day of work?
Well, you better be, because we're going to the coal mines. I-ho, I-ho,
Oh my God.
it's out to work we go. Try the whistle.
Oh dear.
Do, 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 do. I-ho, 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 I-ho. Okay, Phil asked. Phil asked.
Yeah.
Cyrus threw his arms up.
Because he asked him a question. Come on, we need to get going. He asked.
Again, let me ask you a question.
This is gonna be our inside joke. He asked.
He asked. Hey, Dad.
I asked you a question.
Hello,
Anyways,
Father.
read.
May I ask you a question? It is of the utmost importance that I ask you this.
Okay. No, but like that's how I seriously read it though, because I have a bit of a lisp, so it's like I can't say asked, so it's like it just comes out as asked.
Yeah, same
See, it
here.
sounds the same. Asked.
S.
I have a lisp.
Okay, so.
It's not a very long one, but read.
Okay, nearly half an hour later, Dan and Phil were at the BBC studio with Cyrus, who was very excited to be there.
Here we are.
Dan said.
Your low voice. Here we are.
Here we are. Dan said as he and
Here we are.
Dan said as he and Phil walked into the studio. Dan was holding Cyrus.
Lucky we still have an hour before we start. Hey guys.
Dan looked over and smiled when he saw Alad.
Oh hey, Alad.
Dan said with a smile.
So is this the famous Cyrus we hear about?
Alad asked.
Alad asked.
Hey, yes.
This is the one. Say hi, Cyrus.
Dan asked. He chuckled. Ah, God. Wait, no, Dan. Wait, no. He said it. He spoke it. No. The tears are streaming out of my face. Yeah. Okay. So he chuckled when Cyrus, his face in his chest. Okay.
Hid his face? I don't know.
It says his face.
This one's a little shy.
This one's a little shy from being right one.
This one's a little shy. Where's my boyfriend?
Husband.
I love how in all of these they're out.
What?
It's like every radio show, if they're a thing, they better watch what they do. Because in one of them, Dan footsied Phil.
Oh.
I kid you not. It happened. It happened. And it showed. It showed. Like, this is legitimately real on live radio. Just about everybody died. Anyways, which is surprising.
Yes, Dan said. He handed Cyrus to Phil. Now it's been an hour and Dan and Phil have already started the radio show. They were about to start Internet News, which was a little segment they did on the show. The fans seemed to like it.
Next will be the internet news, but first here's 22 by Taylor Swift.
Dan said, and he turned on the song. Dan took his headphones off and looked over at Phil. He couldn't help but smile.
So far, so good. Yeah, he's being really good,
Phil said. He looked up at Cyrus and smiled at him. Cyrus was sitting there with the producers.
And lastly, for internet news.
Dan began to say.
Oh.
He stopped when Cyrus ran behind him and Phil. Luckily, all of Dan and Phil's fans were all once about their relationship and that they had adopted Cyrus. Thankfully, everybody was really nice and supportive of them. Dan and Phil usually tried to keep Cyrus out of their work life. They didn't want him to deal with the fame at such a young age. Dan bent down and picked up Cyrus. Cyrus giggled when Dan picked him up. Vice versa. Okay. He reached over and grabbed the glasses that Dan was wearing. Phil couldn't help but laugh.
Special appearance by Cyrus,
he said.
A cat has been named the richest animal in the world.
Dan said.
What? A cat?
Phil asked as he ran. He ran his eyebrows. No! No!
As he ran his eyebrows across everything. Apparently, the owner gave its money to the cat.
Dan continued.
What is a cat going to do with all that money?
Phil asked curiously. He looked over at Cyrus and smiled.
Do you want to say it, Sly? Internet news! Cyrus
yelled. He giggled as he threw his arms up. Dan laughed and he put Cyrus down on the floor.
Go back over to Alan, okay? Daddy will be over there in a bit.
He said. He smiled as he watched Cyrus ran back over to Eyelid. Dan stood up. He looked over at Phil.
Anyways,
Phil began to say. He shook his head.
Kids. Dan vs. Phil is coming up, so look forward to that.
Dan said.
Until then, here's Little Lion Man by Mumford and Sons.
Phil said.
Honestly, I love their radio show. It's amazing.
Sweet. So, to the person, watching this, do you have any, requests for, ships that you want us to read? Fan fictions?
I have an idea. We can change up the ships and stuff. So, whoa, I think I'm showing some stuff. Oops.
I'm actually gonna look up a ship generator and use that. If that's alright.
Really? Okay. I'm looking up. Huh.
It's been a while since I watched this article building.
Okay. Just keep in mind there is at least one person watching this. So,
Yes. However, they are silent, so yes.
Yeah.
There is a question and answer thing,
right.
so send in your questions, please. Okay. So crack ship.
Oh, this one looks cute. This one looks cute. This one looks cute.
We should After this one, why don't we like take a personality test?
Okay.
So which one?
Honey, it's loading. Hang on. I don't usually have my hair like this, by the way. One person. Hang on. I'm gonna switch it. Okay, I fixed my hair. I tied it.
Hello.
Why do you keep like joining and unjoining?
I refreshed the page to see if the one viewer was a glitch. It's not. There is actually a person there. Hello. Sorry.
Yay! Hi. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, y'all.
Hello. Just to let you both know, I have to get off at 11. So
You're what?
I have to get off at 11 because that's the latest I can be on.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just so
Okay,
you
I
know.
have to wake up early tomorrow. Just so you know. I'm trying to load this. But if it doesn't load, I'm gonna be mad. How about we go tumblr.com. We just casually search. Oh my god. Somebody just screwed my head over. A shooting star is actually someone driving off Rainbow Road.
Hmm.
Oh, there's a kitty. Okay, sorry. Getting distracted. All I really want is you. She looks so perfect standing there, my work in a barrel underwear. I know now, I'm so down. Ooh, airplane fic. Airplane.
What?
I'm trying to find this. All I really want is you. Look so perfect standing there, my work in a barrel underwear. I know now, I'm so down. Jenny Jenkins, Jenny Kingsman, I can't speak for the life of me, 'cause I do too. Here's the link to one. I haven't read it yet, but I hope it's fun.
Oh, okay. I found
It doesn't have a smart warning, so. So you want to be? We can share the parts because there aren't like more than two.
Okay.
So do you want to be Tyler or Troy?
Is airplane like either way? Okay. I actually still need to start watching their videos. So yeah.
They're what? You haven't watched them?
I still need to start watching their videos.
So do you,
No.
well, I'm pretty sure
Regrettably.
you can sound like an American. I don't know, because I'm not sure you want to read like all of this, because a lot of it is I can try and sound like Troy.
Wow,
I
this
mean, I
is
know how he
really...
says Tyler.
Actually, it's not that long.
I know how he says
don't.
Tyler.
I
That's
don't.
about it. He's Australian. He goes Tyler. So I'll read it, and then you can.
Should I just narrate?
Well, I mean, then you'd have to narrate like the whole thing, and we've been narrating a lot, so I can be Troy and you can be
I'm not
Tyler. 'Cause I'm
narrating, to
pretty
be
sure you can
honest.
sound like an American. Do you want to narrate?
Yeah. Kind of.
Okay.
But if you want to, then
I don't care, honestly.
okay. So
Is there still a person
I
watching?
guess I'll narrate then. Yes, actually. Hello. Thank you for sticking with us. Sorry it has to end in 7 minutes. Right then. So
Bye.
start. Tyler's point of view. My heart. Oh God. Okay. My heart wrenched in my gut. And my gut did cartwheels as Troy hugged Connor goodbye. And the boy in the beanie got in his car and drove away. It was just me. Hold on. I'll zoom in just a little bit. Okay. It was just me and Troy now. Him gripping his suitcase and me rubbing my toes together.
So,
I said,
I guess this is goodbye then. Yeah.
the younger boy mumbled.
Goodbye.
He was looking down at his shoes.
I'll call you when I land, okay?
I nodded, and he lunged towards me and embraced me in a hug. I held him close and closed my eyes. Oh, this boy. This skinny, adorable twink bottom in my arm. What's a twink bottom? I wanted him to
Nothing.
stay. I wanted him to stay close forever and never, ever leave my sight. I liked him. I loved him. Troy pulled
Okay, a
away, gave
twink
me a weak
is a
smile.
cute gay guy.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
calls
Oh.
Troy a twink. He says, this little twink bottom. I mean, like, we can end and we can just watch their YouTube videos. And then continue tomorrow. Like, we can speed this up and then... Because I want you to see their videos.
No, it's fine. I'll
No, I want you to see their videos
probably.
after
I don't
this.
see any.
Is there anybody here?
Okay.
There's one
So, do
person
you want to
watching?
just? There's watching, but hey, if you are watching, can you comment? If you don't, we might stop the broadcast now because,
Yeah, like
or at
Dubai.
least stop the fan fiction.
Yeah, we'll like watch their videos, whatever.
Yeah. So thanks for sticking with us. And, goodbye. Have a nice night
Bye.
or morning, wherever you are. Goodbye.